Hi, sorry about that. And if I'm in the mood, I'll after this talk, if I'm in the mood, I will do a little strip down to address. I think this is a little high. We'll see with a little, if I'm in the mood. All right. No, the top won't come off. The top won't come off. So here goes. Chuck Klosterman. In the begins, I wear a black hat with looking at evil. Interestingly enough, his chapter says what you say about his company is what you say about society. I think that's the Rush line. Yeah, there's a rock group Rush line. So I will read a couple of interesting lines and I'll let you enjoy the book on your own. What is the most villainous move on the market? And of course, murdering a bunch of innocent people, all these mass shootings which happen. And there are countless statues of heroes who've killed thousands. Um, Pol Pot regime in Cambodia, and then Pol Pot regime in Cambodia, and then right now, Vladimir Putin being responsible for the Russia-Ukraine war, but then, good intentions from Volodymyr Zelensky for the preservation of democracy, liberty, and freedom. But there you have it. I mean, but a lot of people have escaped, and they're in safe custody in Poland and other countries like Canada and the U.S. But there are enough people who have died, lost lives, and so these are villainous people. Then he particularly stresses on a case in Thailand where a woman was tied to train tracks, and this is an unadulterated expression of evil. That is what he said, and I remembered at this time the movie Once Upon a Time in the West. The beginning has been taken. I mean, the hero, it's simply stunning. And I was watching a scene, the best scenes from the movie, and I think they've not been reproduced in the intensity of having made the scenes. I mean, it's just too good direction. David Lynch, I think, but I'm not sure. Claudia Cardinal, the heroine, is tied to a pole, and the train is approaching. And I mean, it's really sad. I mean, she's a widow who's been swept off her feet by the leader of the city, the mayor, something like the mayor, and played by Henry Fonda. And well, she's true to her husband's memory, of course, but she enjoys the men, villainous men have this effect on women. And but you have to see that their crimes must not um, in, do not interfere with your passion, but it should interfere with your passion, with the female's passion. But and then there's Charles Bronson, who's the good guy. And stunning scenes. Because I watched the best scenes on YouTube. The movie, we have the movie. The lighting is poor in the basement, and so she's tied to the pole. And this is by Henry Fonda. He's using her as a piece of barter to get his villainous activities ahead. I don't remember the movie exactly. So obviously Charles Bronson saves her, and I think, if I remember correctly. So the train is approaching and she's tied. And I remember a man must be, it's a sad scene. This woman is, but she's hands are tied at the back, and she looks very bosomy, if I must use an old-fashioned word. And it's interesting. So the next portion I wanted to say was he talks about men being, sexually deviant, exact word, and placing Canadian women, Snidely Whiplash, placing Canadian women in a position where they wanted to die, and Canadian Mountie, he's a silent movie villain archetype, and he spoke with a hiss and laughed like a maniac. Snidely Whiplash was also obsessed with tying women to railroad tracks. He simply couldn't stop himself was the foundation of his entire ethos. And he couldn't express, and this was what I thought. This was sadism. And then Machiavelli, he's gone to Machiavelli, and Salman Rushdie adores Machiavelli. Salman Rushdie is a little, I mean, he had the fatwa behind him. He's a little strange in his opinions. He got into trouble because he spoke irreverently about Muhammad, the Prophet, and but uh, I just think Machiavelli has been maligned by history. That is what he thinks. To put it simply, Machiavelli was not Machiavellian. His name has come to stand for cynicism and deviousness and ruthlessness and power politics, all because of this little book, The Prince. But this is a man who was a profound Democrat. Okay, Machiavelli was a profound. I didn't know this. He wrote not about how he would like things to be like, but how power actually worked through what he had observed. And it goes on. And somewhere along the line, the prince, I got the thought that Tupac Shakur, oh, that was sad. Tupac Shakur being the men who kind of I think it was my own train of thought, and I'll come to the next couple of observations I have from the other book, Eating the Dinosaur. But the couple of observations I had from this was that sometimes men are paralyzed into inactivity, and they have good intentions because they may not be bad people, and sometimes witchcraft from women results in black magic and or what have you. Not that men don't. There are druids who do magic and that sort of thing. Um, we are all the people of the 21st century, and we don't believe in this sort of thing. But there's power. I mean, spells. There was this movie, Yaya Sisterhood, where they discover 4 young girls that there's so much power to spells, but they get scared. There's all this power to do evil. It's not nice. So that way, there could be many these men, evil men, or men in power, and so see, there's some connection here. I did not mark it, but I had the connecting thought, that Arthur Golden's Memoirs of a Geisha. You all know geishas and the serving tea, the Japanese style, and how well they were sought after, but they never got married. That they were kept by really rich men, and in the end in this book also. But he leaves his own wife, so that's kind of sad. But she gets what she wants. He marries her. So this geisha has a man who's a powerful man interested in her, but he's not sexually deviant, or he could be sexually inadequate, some developmental issue or something, but you never know. But he was married with children. The guy was married with children, and he undresses her and just looks at her naked body. That's all, and walks away and says thank you and walks away. So men sexually deviant men come in all colors and shades. That is what I wanted to say. And Eating the Dinosaur has a reference to Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, and it was sad about Kurt Cobain, and she seemed really good, particularly after the movie. Larry, the porn guy, and I forget, it was played by Woody Harrelson, and so Cobain bought it was Courtney Love's decision, and he bought a Lexus in pursuit of perfection, right? And he was trying to retain real person status. By not spending the money he was convinced he did not deserve. That's kind of a deep thought. I mean, but a real person lets his dippy wife buy a Lexus when he has a GNP of Mexico in his checking account. Oh, that's not good. To grow, but yeah, it was hard-earned money. He made music, so his I just wanted to say that I had a Mazda. That's all. I had a leased Mazda, and what should be an ad for Mazda Protege? Because Lexus is pursuit of perfection, is Mazda Protege is Mazda Protege is living your dreams. Living your dreams would be good for Mazda Protege, but for Volkswagen Passat, which is still in our possession, my husband's possession, that is, and I've driven it. It likes a female's touch, goes smoother with a female's hands over the steering wheel. Ladies, I urge you to try it. You pick up speeding tickets. You never know when you've hit the gas pedal. It's because it's so smooth. It just hits. You hit it, and it goes up to whatever speed limit you want it to go to. And oh, somebody has. All right, Miss. So he's talking about Rear Window, the Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly movie, Hitchcock movie, and he uh, talks about Miss Lonely Hearts, the pill eating spinster who stages imaginary dinner dates in her kitchen and cries constantly. Miss Torso, the bombshell ballerina, has cocktail parties and invites only men. Well, we would all like to have cocktail parties and invite only men. Um, uh, men who can fulfill your ambitious desires. For if I work hard, then I should be rewarded, right? So all these men may kind of fulfill uh, um, um, your desires and cocktail parties. You would be wearing cocktail dresses, and if you miss torso, then probably it means that you have a bit of a bosomy appearance, and cocktail dresses sit well, and you would be serving. I was just joking today. If woman of influence needs to myself, I was joking. If a woman of influence needs to date her date a person on her staff, then she would have to order a Bloody Mary, and he would have to get a screwdriver, because that's where things go. Cocktail parties, men, and that would be a dream come true. Only men, handsome men, sexy men. All right, you need to watch my song again, I Like Men, on my YouTube webpage. All right, thank you.